recording, it's sharing screen and getting this party started. All right, here we go. Hope this is the right one. You never know. Okay, here we are. All right, hopefully you have your EL workbook close by because we are going to need several pages of it today. We are going to work on, oh, Miss Haley, here, oh, I already got her. My clicker was near her. All right, so, oh, my goodness, speaking of clicker. All right, so today, again, today's lesson 12. We're working on, actually, today's 10, but I don't know why it says 12, but it's 10 today. We are going to be wrapping up our hard work that we've been doing all this time. All right, so our learning targets today. I can critique my partner's challenge contract and provide kind, helpful, and specific feedback. So we have talked about that when we are really trying to help somebody else out, that we need to not only be helpful and kind, which is what we always want to do with our friends, right? But we have to give them specific things to work on. And if you just say, oh, that's great, you're not doing them a favor, are you? No, you're not, because the word critique means that we are looking at their work critically, but critical doesn't have to be bad. Critical just means, you know, we want to look at it and really focus on it. So today you're going to have a partner and you're going to have that opportunity to read and have them look at your materials. And they're going to really check some things out here. So once you are finished with talking to a partner about that feedback, then you are going to go, I'm going to have to move this so that everybody can see it. Then you are going to revise and edit your contract based on that feedback. So if I read my lovely cooking challenge to Max, and Max says, well, it seems like you need, and today we're going to add some linking words and phrases. He could give me an idea of that linking word and phrase that I could add. He could also be giving me some feedback about that I spelled challenge wrong several times. Uh-oh, so I better go back and double check that I spelled challenge right every time, right? And if he gives me the idea that that third paragraph doesn't make much sense. All right, so then I need to go back to my third paragraph and make sure, you know, maybe change it around a little bit so it makes more sense. So you're going to use the feedback that they gave you to help you today, all right? So based on that, we have our checklist that we have. So if everybody could look at page 76 and 77, open up your workbook, Mr. Sawyer, to page 76 and 77. So Mr. Sawyer, you'll have a little work about that you're going to have to do for your conclusion today, and that's okay, but because we were missing yesterday. All right, so everybody sees our checklist. Today we are going to focus on 2 sections. So we need to star the 2 sections today that we need to look at. The first one is on page 77 at the top. It says, I use linking words to connect ideas. Everybody put a star on that one. Top one on page 77. Does everybody see it? Can you put your finger on it so I can see that you see where it is? I'm looking for that for me. Everybody put your finger on it. Top of page 77. Top of page 77. Second page. It says, I use linking words. So you're going to add some linking words today. All right? So that's that section. I don't think you have to write anything next to it. Can you all understand that that's what you need to do today? You don't have to rephrase it. The next one we're going to focus on today is, you're going to skip a couple and look down a little bit further on page 77. It says, my spelling, capitalization, and punctuation are correct. Star that one, because that's the one we need to, those are the 2 we're working on today. We're going to go back, and based on our friends' ideas and help, we are going to check our spelling. We're going to use those tools on Google Docs. We're going to check for our capitals and make sure at the beginning of every sentence we have a capital. We're going to look at our punctuation and make sure that we have commas if there needs to be a comma there or a period. Are we probably going to be using question marks today? No, we're probably not going to be using quotation marks. I mean, sorry, we're definitely not using quotation marks. We're not using exclamation marks or questions today because we're really, this isn't something that has great excitement necessarily. It's not going to have questions. So every sentence needs a period today, every sentence. So, okay, and I'm going to show you about how many sentences you should have total. So you and your partner, when you're talking about it, you can look and say, do you have those sentences? Do you have those ideas? Now, I'm going to give you the basic number of sentences you need to have, but I know some of you added some details. So you might have more sentences than the ones that I am asking you to have. All right. Does everybody have those two sections starred? So yesterday you went through and you wrote yes or no. And if you wrote no, you went back and fixed those ones that we had already starred, right? Today, you need to make sure that you have a yes on both of those after you meet with your friend and you have revised and edited, all right? So that's our work for today. So here are two examples. This first one here does not have any linking words. The second one does. In your workbook, I want you to turn to page, can I borrow yours for a second? I need you to, I'm pretty sure, yep, it's 83. Everybody look at 83 and 82 is the same as mine that I have up on the board here. So look at page 82. It has linking words listed for you. 82, I'm looking for everybody, my friends at home, looking at page 82 and 83. 83 is the one I really want you focused on, but you can also be looking at 82 because it's identical to what I have on the board or what I have in the shared on my screen right now. All right, so we are going to be adding linking words and phrases. What's the difference between a word and a phrase? Let's talk about that first. What's the difference between a word and a phrase, Haley? It is different word. Marin, can you help her?
A phrase is longer than a word.
A phrase is a couple of words put together, right? A phrase. So if you look at your list on page 83, sometimes you see just one word and sometimes you see more than one word. Somebody show me on that page underneath where it says temporal words and phrases that connect. What do you notice? Who can see a phrase? Who can see a phrase? A group of words that can be used together. Surname. As you can see. That's a phrase, right? It's not just one word. As you can see, I have identified two of my most significant writing challenges. All right. See how I put that at the beginning? It connects it to the rest of my essay. Ellie, what's another one? For example, did we all write that inside our essay? We should have, right? It was one of our sentence stems. If you don't have, for example, then you should probably get it on there, shouldn't you? For example. So you'll notice on example 1 and 2 on the board, on the ones on page 82, the difference between the one on the top and the one on the bottom. Look at the second sentence. On the top, it says, we write letters, texts, and emails to talk about and share news with people all over the world. This is about writing and how it's an important skill. On the bottom one, that second sentence says, for example, we write letters, texts, and emails to talk about and share news with people all over the world. Okay, so we are we're connecting the sentence before it with the sentence after it by saying, for example. Mrs. Alvin and Mrs. Harrison use that phrase a lot because we want to make sure you understand something that we've said before. And then we give you an example so you understand it better. That's a good way to help the reader connect those two ideas. Who else sees another phrase? Another phrase. Group of words. Madison, what other one do you see? In addition. What do you think that means? In addition. Are we doing math in our paragraphs? No, that's not what it means, is it? In addition. So, Elena, you had your hand up. What does in addition mean? It is telling you about something. Yep, it's making a connection. Sonny, you want to add to that? In addition, what do you think that phrase means?
I think it means like you're saying like more.
Yes, you're saying this too. Something more, in addition. So I could stick in my paragraph up here. I could say, in addition, in this writing contract, I have identified two of my most significant challenges. In addition to my first strategy, I have the second, I have this other strategy. It's telling me I have more. In addition is connecting that second idea with the first idea. It says, that's not all, folks. I have some more. In addition to. So we have a variety of ways we can get our reader to understand that we are connecting things. That's what linking words do. Think about the word link. Linking words. What do you think of when you think of linking? Link. What do you think of, writer?
I think of sometimes I think of there's a video game called Zelda Breath of the Wild, and there's a character named Link.
Link, okay. All right, so it could be a character. Ellie, what else? A link to go somewhere, one place to another. That's a different kind of link, you're right. I'm giving you a hint, maybe, then. A link. When you put two things together, what else has a bunch of links in it? Abby? A chain, right? The chain has a bunch of links. So think of your essay is when you put in a linking word or phrase, what are you doing? You're making it a chain of sentences, a chain of ideas. What do you think, Cooper? Lincoln log, okay. Slightly spelled a little bit different, but you put those together, right? And build on them. Linking something together means you're building it, you're chaining them together, you're attaching them together, you're helping your reader understand all your ideas. All right, so we're gonna look, there's a little bit of a difference also on these two examples because they actually combined a couple of sentences together with a tiny little word. 3-letter word is a linking word. Do you know what it is, Cooper? And. Tiny little word, but it makes a big impact. If you have two ideas that are the same, can you take two sentences and connect them with and? You can. And so a simple way to make, if you are reading somebody else's essay and they have a bunch of little sentences, could you suggest that they put them together with and? Mrs. Aubyn's class went out to recess. Mrs. Aubyn's class played football at recess. Two perfectly good sentences. Could we put them together with an and? We could even, part of it repeated. Mrs. Aubyn's class went out to recess and played football. How do we like that second sentence better than repeating it twice in the first one? Sure. So that has to do with the flow of your writing. So if somebody is reading to you and you're like, okay, they have two ideas that are very similar. One, they could perhaps put them together, link them with that tiny little word and. That could be a suggestion you make today. Do you want all of your sentences to have and in it though? Is it always going to work? No, you don't want to put and in every sentence. But some of your ideas could be linked by and. Yes, Renee? Also, nice short little word, right? And also doesn't have to go at the beginning of a sentence. It can go in the middle, right? I also want to, and then there's your strategy, right? They also want to ask my mom for help practicing my multiplication facts. I also would think it is a good idea to practice 5 times a week. You can put that also in the middle, or you can also put it at the beginning. Also, I would like to try to, and so on. All right? So we want you to use page 83 because page 83 is a great resource. In fact, it's such a great resource that when we're all done with this module, we're going to rip that page out. Don't do it now, but we're going to rip that page out and keep it because we're going to use it often because it's a great way to make it better writing. All right, going to move on with my maybe. I don't know why it's there. We go. So again, so today, so temporal words have to do with time. These are mostly used in narrative. First, this happened, second, next, finally, then, lastly, in the end, after that. Are all those time ones? They all have to do with time. Is our essay about time? Does it have one thing, then another thing? Not really. So we're going to focus mostly just on the words and phrases that connect our ideas. Also, did we already use the word another? Oh, you should have. Another significant challenge. Does that sound familiar? If you don't have that word in there, it was in our sentence stems. It's a good idea. And we're really, you might even use the word but. You know, like, I will do this, but it might be challenging and I will have to work hard. You could put that word in there, connecting 2 ideas together. More strategies. You can put more in there. For example, we've already hopefully put in, as you can see, swimming is very important. Okay, so you see how we can just put those in there. And all we have to do is get our cursor, put it where we want to put it, type it in, and make sure that it needs a capital. So you don't have to add it in at the end. You can always add it in throughout there. All right, so everybody keep page 83 close by today. All right, we're going to do a peer critique now. So one partner is going to read their contract. If it's possible, you should probably keep your eyes on their screen. We don't want you to be super close, but your eyes should be on their screen so you can help them with what? Spelling and all that cup stuff, right? Capitalization, punctuation, and spelling, right? So the first partner is going to listen for places where it doesn't sound smooth or it doesn't sound connected. Together, you're going to think about places where linking words would be helpful. That's your main job today. Help your partner add some linking words or linking phrases. Help them make their essay smooth, okay? And then your last thing that we're going to ask you to do, discuss and look at any places where you think they need to look for spelling, punctuation, or capitalization, okay? Now, we have to get both people in because then so one person's gonna do that and then it's gonna be the other person's turn. And remember, when we do a peer critique, both people have to participate and you have to be kind, helpful, and specific. You don't wanna just say, I don't like paragraph 3. No, that's an opinion and it's valuable, but are they gonna know what to fix on paragraph 3 if you just say it that way? No, you've got to give specific feedback. You could say, I think paragraph 3 doesn't flow very well. You might want to add some linking words in paragraph 3. And then, Madison, would you know what to go back and do? Yes. If you give very specific feedback, then you're going to be able to know what to do. So then you're going to switch places and be that other person. Both people have to participate. You can't, Sunny, if I'm partners with Sunny and I tell her all this stuff, and then when I read mine, she's like, yeah, it's good. Is that fair? I gave her lots and lots of help, but she didn't give me any, and that's not how partnerships work, right? You have to be fair. All right, so that's our job for right now. Don't worry about this yet. We're gonna work on that afterwards. All right. But something we are going to do today is you are going to have that opportunity to look at and revise afterwards, all right? Okay, so Mrs. Aubin, I'm gonna be getting some breakout groups ready. And we're gonna do groups of 2, hopefully. Hopefully that will, let me see how that works out. All right, let me just do one more. Let's see. Thank you for being helpful, my friends. I gotta get, this is Aubin can't necessarily be a partner. There we go. All right, looking good. Okay, so everybody's got some partners. So when I open the breakout room, and then I'm gonna help, I want you guys to, if you have been a partner with somebody who's already listened to you, so my friends in the front here, should you guys be partners again? No, because you need fresh eyes, right? So somebody might have to get up and move at the, at this point, okay? So my friends at home, make sure you have your document opened up on another tab. Everybody here, go ahead and open up your computer. Get out your, don't put that, don't put your page 83 away, because you're gonna give each other some ideas on page 83 of some linking words. So I have it open to page 83, but go ahead and take out your Google Doc. You're gonna have your Google Doc open. You're going to be partners with somebody, but let it be somebody different than you've already been partners with, okay? Because yeah, like Bird and Madison have been partners many times. They've heard each other's ideas many times. We need fresh eyes, don't we? Some fresh eyes. Yes, Miss Haley.
Miss Harrison?
Yes, my dear.
I need to leave the meeting because I have to go get my pictures.
Ah, okay. Pictures. All right, my friend. Okay, so I'll try to make sure, so that's Haley calendar, right? All right, so I'm gonna have to move somebody to that breakout group. Thank you for letting me know, sweetie. And I can make breakout groups even. All right, everybody, are you ready, my friends who are in there? Okay, so everybody has their Google Doc up. Give me a thumbs up, friends at home. You have your Google Doc? Everybody ready? So you're gonna share with the other person. You're gonna read it with the other person, and they're gonna give you some ideas. All right, Miss Abby, you ready? Abby, are you ready? Abby, can you hear me? Abby. Abby, can you hear me? All right, I don't know what she's doing. All right. Okay, so hopefully she's ready for her breakout group.
So we're supposed to read it to
each other,
and then they'll
give ideas, right? Yep. Hey, who does not have a partner yet? Hey, have you guys chosen a partner yet? All right, there you go. Go ahead and read them what they have. Okay, well, it looks like everybody else, I think they all need to be. Okay, so why don't you guys do it, and then we'll see the picture, okay? And I want to hear you guys both have excellent work. I want you guys to hear each other. Okay, but just think to it later. I know it's not ideal, Miss Evans, but it's, we're gonna. Ah.
I'll go right here.
You should be able to join another, actually, no, you're in your own, go to your own room that I assign you, but then you can get out. Yep. Okay, you can leave the meeting and then go back in. So I tried to set out, there's a section where, yesterday, that says you can't have, so I tried to change it so that everybody could share the screen. I don't know if it will. So that everybody everybody could just share their screen. Maybe we share it. I don't know for sure. So check. In the breakout room. So Josh, you should be, I know that, I know there are corrections, but you can't just, you gotta be working. Let me move you. Let me move you. If you make me host, will that mess up your recording? Or did you finish? I don't know. No. Well, I was gonna tell them what they were gonna tell them what to do afterwards. So let me just send you to a different breakout room. You're 6, right?
I did
Move
6.
to, where would you like to be?
I just want to go to them all and just hop in.
I know, but I don't know that it's gonna.
Who might be? Yeah, let's do this.
Eric and Gavin. Okay.
Can I just come over and do this?
Yeah,
I'll
of
just
course.
hop.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry. You're trying to touch your face.
and linking words. Make sure you are helping each other. You have a couple more minutes and then we're gonna switch. You should still probably be on the first person. You should probably still be on the first person. Okay, what's going on for you? Oh, yes, that was your last, right, and so we still work on that. What do you actually do?
Here you go.
Thank you. Yep. Never a dull moment, huh? Check out. All right. Okay, so did you get to give each other feedback? Uh-oh. You have to help me. So what is the whole thing that you just read to each other? No. I get feedback about spelling and punctuation. Oh, no, no, no. You have to wait for it. Yay, so that other second person should be getting some feedback right now. Second person, you think you're done, then give me more ideas. Take your time. Take your time, second person, you should be getting some feedback. I don't understand that. Why is that there? It was not there earlier. Hey, Logan, how did you end up in the breakout room, bud?
My internet kicked me out of the Zoom meeting.
Oh, bummer. It happens, doesn't it? Which breakout room were you in?
I was with Abby.
With Abby?
Uh-huh.
All right, let me see if I can get you back in here. Let me see if it'll let me. Did you get to share your ideas?
Yeah, it just lagged out. We got to
Okay.
share our ideas, but we got to share our
Let's see if
paragraphs.
it'll let me get you back in there. This is always what the hard thing with this is it. Let me.
I have to go at 11 for pictures too.
If I can. There's one assigned, but unassigned. But how do I get you back? Oh, here we go. All right. All right, this looks weird. Now Abby is gone. Oh no. All right, I'm just gonna bop you into breakout room 4 and see if that works.
Okay.
All right, we got about 2 minutes. No, not 1 minute. Got 1 more minute. You're supposed to be working on a job here.
Hey, Miss Harrison. My cousin left the meeting.
Oh, I'm so sorry. That's probably not a good idea for you, huh? Did you guys get to share at least?
Yeah, we gotta share it.
Okay. Well, at least that, right? At least you got that. All right, we're gonna wrap. Getting ready to close all the rooms, so we'll be together here in a minute. All right, ladies and gentlemen, back to your spots, please. Back to your spots, please. All right, I'm going to show them what the final product should look like with how many sentences there should be. That's what I was going to do anyway, so. Okay, I will come to you when we're.
Can I leave the meeting?
Yeah.
I have time to progress monitoring it. I got Deborah's laptop
Okay,
from Eli. I gotta give it back. How long are you gonna talk?
not very long.
Then
I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to wrap it up here. All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so what I learned here during some of this information was that a lot of us have not completed Mrs. Avon told me some information about some people who did not do their job this week of getting the four paragraphs written. And I actually walked around and I saw some other people who do not have their 4 paragraphs written. So
I know.
that's what you're going to have to work on now, because today is it. Today is it. So I'm going to show you real quickly. I'm going to remind you of what this should look like. And how many sentences you should have in each. It doesn't have to be identical to mine, but you need to look. This is about the length you need to have. It needs to fill about 1 of your pages. This is at 18. How much you should have.
And it's okay.
It's okay.
Fine. Do you have
It's
that much?
okay to go to another page if you need to, for sure. But, ladies and gentlemen, this is approximately how much you should have. So let's look. Here's our first paragraph, introductory paragraph. You should have about how many sentences in it? 4. Our first 2 introductory sentences. The one that says cooking is an important skill, or whatever your subject is. And then, for example, why is it important? Then you have your focus statement, and then you have your sentences about your 2 main strategies. The 2 challenges in your strategies. That's 4 sentences.
Of what?
Yellow paragraph, proof paragraph 1. The most significant challenge I have is, and that came directly from your plan. So those of you who are struggling with, where do I get this information? You have a plan. Here's my plan. Here, this is where your yellow was your ideas from here. You should have at least 4 sentences. 1 with your topic sentence, telling us what this part is here.
Yeah.
2 sentences, 1 sentence, 2 sentences about your strategies, and your final sentence wraps it up. These
Nice.
strategies will help me make dinner, blah, 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 or whatever yours is. Then you have proof paragraph 3. 2, proof paragraph 2, but it's your 3rd paragraph. How many sentences should it have? 4. Again, topic sentence.
You have 4.
1 here.
paragraphs.
And this is the first strategy. The second strategy, that's 3 sentences and 1 to wrap it up.
Make sure you have 4, all right?
And that, pardon? Yeah, so Gavin, page 72. This is where your plan is, page 72. This is something we worked on last week. So if you didn't do this, that's why you're struggling, because you have to do your assignments, my friends. Those of you who are at home, you have to stick with us. All right, last paragraph we did yesterday. Some of my friends here, I noticed, did not complete that. So Mrs. Harrison will put those sentence stems up again. Those of you who are at home, the sentence stems are going to be in yesterday's assignments on yesterday's slideshow. Today, you also had some linking words that you were supposed to add. So here are how many sentences should we have total. Let's do some addition. 4 plus 4 is what? 8 plus another 4. 12 plus 3 more. 15. Hey guys, if I saw you had 8 sentences, do you have enough? No, you need to go back and figure it out. Page 70, 8 and 79. I was pretty sure they were 78 and 79. Have your sentence stems. So Gavin and Lyric, go back to page 78 and 79. There's proof paragraph 1 sentence stems, paragraph 2 sentence stems. Fill those in and type them up. And yesterday we did our conclusion paragraph. So we combined our ideas that's why it's only 3 for here, right? Okay, might you have more than 15 sentences? Yes, if you added some details, but minimum should be this amount, okay? Yes, Ellie? Perfect, okay, so are you in the right ballpark? Ellie just said I have 15 sentences, so she knows she's in the right ballpark. If you don't see 15 periods, you probably know that either you forgot a period or you need to go back and check your sentences, right? Make sure you have them all. Okay, I need everybody right now to go to be in their Google Doc, to go up to the share button. I need everybody. Now, a few of you have already shared with me, My friends who are remote, you need to share with me. Mrs. Aubin's friends who are Mrs. Aubin's homeroom, you need to share with Mrs. Aubin. My homeroom, you need to share with me. But everybody at home, except for Lyric share with Mrs. Aubin. So I'm going to show you real quick. Once you have your document up in the right-hand corner. Okay, I got to move my friends. Here's my document. I'm in, let's see, what document's going to appear? You never know with me. All right, cooking challenge. Here we go. I'm going to open my cooking challenge. In the right-hand corner, up here okay, well, that's my sentence stems. That works for two. I have a share button. I'm going to click on the share button. Then it is going to open. And you know what? Once you get the hang, once you've done this once, Google Docs is really good at anticipating who you're going to share with again. So if you already shared with Mrs. Aubin, it's as soon as you start putting in Nancy's name, it's going, so as soon as you start putting N in there, it's probably going to predict who you're going to share it with, and you can see their name and click on it. If you are at home or if you are Mrs. Harrison's home, you're going to put LORI, and it won't let me share with myself. So, but you'll see my cute little Bitmoji, my scary little crazy hair, right? You're going to see that my Bitmoji will pop up. Once you put my name in there, you are going to then, oh, it went away. Once you put it in there, it has a little thing that says send on it. Click the send button, otherwise you're not done. I'm going to share this with Mrs. Aubin so we can just show you. See how it has a send button? Click send, and it will send it to me or Mrs. Aubin, depending on who you put in there. If you're a remote student, all the time, please put me. All right. Yes, Miss Evie. If you've already shared it with me, you're good. Is that your question? Because I know a couple of you were on the ball and already did that. Okay. So at this point, this is what you need to be doing. You have a checklist that is at the very end of this module. When you are finished typing all of your work and you have gone back and done all your revising and editing, on page 84 and page 85 is a checklist. You need to make sure it's a different checklist than the one we even did yesterday. It says, my piece shows that I understand what I'm writing. Evidence is included. Are you advanced, proficient, developing, or beginning? How do you feel about that? I stated my focus clearly and my writing stays focused. You're going to put your check mark where you think it goes. All right. We're going to look at this again after Mrs. Aubin and Mrs. Harrison have a chance to grade your paper. So we are grading these, friends. We are looking for, did you follow the list of requirements? Did you include all 4 paragraphs? Did you include linking words? Did you spell words correctly? We are looking for all of that. All right. And the trimester is ending next week. So this is a really good opportunity to show Mrs. Aubin and Mrs. Harrison what you can do. All right. This is, yep, that's the checklist, page 7. Yep, right there. So this is, I want you to work hard, friends. My friends at home, double check your work. Make sure you revise and edit before you're done today. So Gavin, you're going to have to work hard. Miss Lyric, you're going to have to work hard. I don't know who else is missing some things as well, but Mrs. Aubin didn't get a chance to see everybody's. But if you don't have those 15 sentences, go back to those sentence stems and see what you need to add. All right, Mrs. Aubin, do you have anything else? All right, my friends, we have hard work to do for the rest of our time. My friends at home, you can, if you have any questions, I will stay on for you. Otherwise, go ahead and go work if you need to. If you have questions or you want me to help you, I will be here. All right. So friends that are sitting out here, I shouldn't hear any work. I should see vicious typing, revising, editing, checking your work. Go. Austria? Okay, I'll see you. All right. Did everybody here share it with me? Did everybody here share it with me? Thumbs up if you shared it with me right now. Robert, did you share it with me?
Yeah.
Okay. Robert, Gavin, did you share it with me? Gavin, did you share it with me? Okay, so work hard, buddy. You got lots of work to do. Go work. Do you have any questions? Can I help you in any way? Gavin, do you have any questions? No? All right. Okay, go work for me, okay?